in Lamarck. I just wanted to make sure that I gave a proper ending to this video. You can see the rain out there. Again, this is 482108 on loop 197. We're just off of State Highway 3 in Texas City. And that concludes the video here.
On State Highway 19 northbound, just north of Canton. This is also a location of an SPS3 project. This project has been distress surveyed numerous times over the last 4 or 5 years, exhibiting now some bleeding in both wheel paths off and on throughout the section. It's got transverse cracks that are well sealed. This particular section is still in pretty good shape. Northbound up this highway about a half a mile at the most, right in the SPS3, apparently the road is getting much worse. We will be up there shortly, and film will be forthcoming on that section. You can see here the bleeding picks up again, right in this particular area, more in the outer wheel path. That's about as bad as it gets. It's just low severity bleeding. Again, here's a good example of a transverse crack, and this crack is really well sealed. That right there is just where the guy who was doing the sealing wanded off the crack to clean his tip probably, and it's not a sealed longitudinal crack. Another seal crack. You can see they put more sealant in the wheel path, but I don't really see any more cracking. I'm not quite sure why it was done that way. I guess maybe there's some rutting there. And we've got bleeding on up towards Station 3 here again in the outer wheel path, and then you can see up past Station 3 there's a transverse crack, and bleeding picks up again in the inside wheel path. Another transverse crack. Coming up on Station 4, you can see we've got bleeding in the outer wheel path. Continues all the way throughout the end of the section, and a little bit in the inside wheel path. Another sealed transverse crack right here at about Station 4 plus 50 or so. And we're moving on up here towards the end of the test section. Again, as I said, you can see the section is really not in that bad a shape compared to the southbound lanes. We're up here at Station 5. I'm going to turn, and I think you can see the difference between the northbound lane that we just surveyed and the southbound lane. There's an asphalt plant north of us here, and it's serving the construction projects out on Interstate 20 in this vicinity. And as you can see, we've got loaded asphalt trucks going southbound across these lanes towards the interstate, and they come back this way empty, and they're tearing up the road in the southbound, which is why we came up here in the first place, to look at